Adam Crooks. Adam, how are you?
I'm good. It's a good week.
0-10, Larry, how are you?
0-10,
Hanging in
Larry.
there. Well, hey,
Good deal.
Did he get any Conference USA games last week?
Oh, I don't know if he picked Conference USA.
no, I didn't pick conference.
Okay.
All right, yeah, we'll do that later when Will gets here. Happy to have everybody with us tonight. We got a very, very special show tonight. Something we don't do very often. I mean, they're always special, but we're going to be bringing on
every
Nia
show
Kelly
is
and
special.
Sabrina Kim. Yeah, so it's going to be a great night. But first, we need to start off with a Ron Smith commercial.
Ron Smith, Don
I have an
Smith,
ex-brother-in-law
We're
named
going to
Don
talk
Smith.
about
I
all
keep
of them
wanting to
before
call
it's all
him.
said and done.
all the Smiths.
Making preparations for when you're not around anymore is not easy. Nobody likes to think about their own mortality, and we can talk about it next week. Doesn't always fit into the big picture. And that's why you should contact our friend Ron Smith at Senior Life Insurance. Whether you're being buried or cremated, costs keep going up, but you can lock in that price today and take this final expense off your to-do list. Do your loved ones a favor and take care of your final expense so that when your time does come knocking, they won't have to worry about it. If you're age 1 to 85, they have a plan ready for you. So please contact Ron and his team at 440-561-0758.
What was that number again?
That number was 440-561-0758.
And we thank you, Ron Smith, for being the sponsor of the Owl Show. We're very excited about what's going on. Adam, as always, will give us a little 5-minute presentation of what's happening in KSU.
I only get 5 minutes this
Let me
week.
say this.
Usually after 4.5 minutes, it's pretty bad.
My time is
Let
counting.
me say this. If I'd rather have you on camera or these ladies, you lose. All right, go ahead.
I respect that. You're wrong, but I respect that.
If you were in Chuck's seat, you would still concur with him, though.
Not necessarily.
Okay, just checking.
I like the sound of my own voice too much.
We know that.
But we're already 40 seconds into your segment. You
have 2
haven't found
minutes
anything
left.
out.
So on Friday, volleyball took on Middle Tennessee. Last home games of the year against Middle Tennessee State. We won 3-1 on Friday. Came up short on Saturday. I believe Caroline Cole got the first serve of that game. She was out beginning of the year with a torn ACL. So
That's awesome.
Nice that she's made
And
it back.
we had won 4 straight
she didn't,
going into that, right?
Yes, she didn't make it back. She just got the first serve, and then they took her out of the game.
That's awesome.
As kind of a tribute to everything that she's done for the program. Football went down to El Paso and lost in double overtime.
43-35.
Yes, 43-35. Tough game down in El Paso.
Wonder if anybody fell in love with a Mexican girl.
Marty Robbins.
Marty Robbins.
I got it, baby.
I knew you would. You were the only person I was trying to woo with that one. I knew the rest of everybody wasn't going to follow that one. Although,
no, they don't.
Out in the West Texas town of El Paso.
Okay. We're not. Do we have songs for every team we played this
and this
year?
is why you get limited to 5 minutes because
we've got the
still
road
only
to
found
San
You're down to
Jose.
30 seconds. Better
That's
go ahead.
fine. Women's basketball played Utah Valley. Kiara Berry hit some shots. They came up just short against Utah Valley, lost 61-64. Men's basketball went to Riverside, California, played Cal Baptist. Took a tough loss, 88-84. But you know, we're still building.
Those Baptists had God on their side that night.
Sure. And then the men's tennis team went down to Charleston for a tournament, and Sam Baldwin led us to a couple good victories.
Nice.
That's all I got.
That's all you got?
That's it. Men's basketball plays tonight against Bryan.
We can mention that we're looking for a new football coach.
We can.
Yeah. So thank Coach Bo for everything he did for the school for the 10-plus years, and we will certainly miss him.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
Friend of the show.
He was friend of the show. You come on the show, good things happen.
Absolutely.
You guys remember that, right? Okay. Last year,
They came on the show.
The girls,
Caitlin and
We had
The
Bella.
Australian,
and Bella Kim.
the Australian twofer,
and then
they
they
started
won.
dominating
We
it.
won. You won the ASUN
championship. Yeah.
Good
So maybe
things
we'll
No
win.
pressure.
Maybe we'll win the Conference USA championship this year.
All right.
Kusa.
All right. So thanks, Adam. Appreciate you sitting down with us.
You're welcome.
You stay if you want me to sing some more.
No, I'm good.
That's what I thought. All right. So we have had this lady on before several times, and one of our favorite coaches at KSU, Miss Erin Thorne. Erin, if you'll come around. Yeah, don't put off the applause till she gets on the headphones. She won't know everybody's clapping for her. Will's clapping for her.
We can clap for her as she's walking around, you know. Hooty
Yeah,
hoo!
hooty hoo, Miss Erin Thorne.
Hey, and can I just say that those are some awesome kicks you got on.
Thank you.
Yes, they are. Listen to that crowd. Man, I'm telling you, everybody loves Erin. Yeah. So how are you?
I'm doing all right.
Good. Always good to have you back on.
I appreciate the
Tell
invite.
us what's happening.
It's quiet time of the year. It's our off season, so we're limited on the number of hours that I can tell them to go and play golf. They're focusing on academics, which means I get a little more time to go
Is
and
it
play
the
golf.
quiet time of the year or the most wonderful time? It's the most wonderful.
We're doing
I
all the
thought
songs.
you said that if I left, you'd stop singing.
But you're still
did you
here.
just talk?
I am not on
You're
camera
still
anymore.
here.
Okay.
That's all I. All right. So yeah, quiet period. It's really the only quiet period you have throughout the year, isn't it?
It is, yep.
Yeah.
We're going for most of the year.
All right. And tell us about a little bit closer. Tell us a little bit about your fundraiser you're doing. $7,500 you're trying to raise?
That's our goal, yeah. So between the men's program and I, we
Oh, it's between two of you.
well, we both came up with the Scrappy logo.
Okay.
So we both have access to it. It's exclusive to the golf programs. They're running their own fundraiser as well. We're providing the same levels. So if you give 100 to the women's team or the men's team, you're getting the same package back with the exclusive Scrappy logo that I've got on my hat.
I
Love
love
that
that
hat.
hat.
Yep. And for ours, we're focused on being able to take the whole team down to Arizona during spring break. We're in the Notre Dame event. We've got the 5 in, but we're playing at Wigwam. There's 3 courses in the resort, so it's a great opportunity for all of our players to get time on some green grass and some warmth, because we all know it's a
We know
roll
what's
over
coming.
the dice.
Yeah.
March 8th to 13th here in Kennesaw as to weather.
That's the one I was at Pine Tree, right?
Well, that's
Last year?
That's later.
Oh,
yeah,
is it?
But,
But it was
we're
cold
trying.
that day, I
It can
remember.
be cold late March. Yes.
Yeah. That was cool.
Growing up, what was your golf year? About 5 months long?
Thereabouts. So we would always try to open the golf course the first weekend in May. There was many times where we would open it and close it because more snow would
Yeah, we're
come.
gonna have to wait a couple more weeks.
And then the pro shop would close kind of mid-October. And again, it'd be a roll of the dice if you could get any more rounds in before the snow flies. Because, I mean, let's face it, up there, from a Halloween standpoint, you had to choose your costume so that you could fit your snowsuit underneath it.
So when you played in the snow, did you use orange balls?
Oh, no, I still use the white ones.
Oh, do you?
Yeah,
Okay, I was just curious.
You've
It's
heard
gotta
of
have
the,
good eyes in
yeah,
the middle.
You've heard of the leaf rule?
Uh-uh.
You've never heard of the leaf rule? All right, well, if you lose a ball in the
Leafless with it.
yeah.
Yeah.
You have an idea, you just drop, move on. You also have the snowflake rule up there. Of
Okay.
If you hit a white ball and you figure out where it's going to be, you just play from there.
I'd never miss a fairway if I could play by that rule.
Still perfect. So let me ask you this question. You said towards the end of the coaching, you're limited at what you can do. Now, I'm sure there was a conversation before, before you have to wave bye to these girls for a while. And say, hey, I want you to golf all the freaking time because they're allowed to golf as much as they want to. They're just not allowed to golf for you, and you're not allowed to watch them and tell them what they should do.
Right, yeah. So we're limited on the number of hours where we can dictate that, hey, you're going to play, you're going to practice, and that sort of thing. And it is a balance, right?
Sure.
They need downtime. That
They're young. They're pretty.
no, they still need downtime,
They still need
and they know it.
What's that face for,
Ask Nia about playing over Christmas last year and what that did. It's there's some that yes, it's important. Sabrina's going to be playing a couple tournaments here during the break and that sort of thing. So there's some opportunities that you want to go and look at,
So
but it's not a requirement.
So if we got invited to a best ball, could we invite him to come play with us?
I think so.
You know, it'd be funny is if they saw Chuck and I on the first tee, they'd be like, "Here's dead money walking."
Hey,
oh wait,
yeah.
I'm sorry. Did you not see who's
Did
playing
you meet
with
my
us
partner?
today? Oh, that's my partner Sabrina.
Yeah.
She hit 14 putts yesterday.
On one hole. That'd be great.
No, that was me on
oh,
one
that
hole.
was you on one hole, yeah. All right. So you each have, the men and the women each have a goal of 7,500, or is that a combined goal?
No. The 75 is for us. I think Bryant has a little bit higher aspirations and
Yeah.
that sort of thing, but
Yeah.
Well, we're not cutting him a check, so I don't know. Maybe he needs to figure out what his aspirations truly are.
Yeah, because he obviously doesn't know the rule. If you come on the Owl Show, good things happen.
He'll learn sooner or later, like the rest of them.
Yep. So that trip is the one to Arizona, right?
right.
Okay.
And that's January?
No, that's over spring break.
Okay.
Over spring
so
break.
we've got some time still. So if we got more money, we could give
Well,
even more.
Yeah, I mean the fundraiser again. We're trying to make it exclusive, kind of promote that opportunity to get it. So also to get it out in time. The first kind of go round to get this logo is only until December 1st.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
All right.
Well, because you're going to have to buy plane tickets and a few
Yeah,
other things. So.
exactly.
Well, we want to start this off
Look at there.
We
with
appreciate it.
$500 for the U.S. women, KSU women's golf team.
Yeah, thank
All
you
right.
so much, guys. We appreciate
Now,
all
when
the
you get
support.
this to the bank and you flip it over and you sign it,
I'm old enough to know what a check is. So.
Hey, I want you to use your app and
Larry,
see if
did you get a picture of us
direct
with the check?
deposit that one.
yeah. All right. We'll get another one with the girls after we've had them on. Go Owls.
Hooty hoo.
Look at Arian doing a little owl thing. I love that. All right. So take this with you, hang it up in the locker room or whatever you want to do with it.
We will.
But we actually have some money to go with it. We'll give you here in a little bit. So.
We appreciate that.
All right. Very happy. If you get closer to your goal and you need more, you let us know because we want to help you out as much as we can.
And what outside of the trip to Phoenix, is there anything else, or is this just to try to get the girls all out there?
Yeah, so I mean, we're playing Notre Dame's event, so 5 of them will be competing during that time frame out there. Again, just we know it's a roll of the dice weather-wise back here in Kennesaw that time of the year.
Sure.
So let's get all 7 of them out there and playing, in nice warm weather and that sort of thing.
So I've got your text, but remind the audience that are watching where they can go to give to this fund.
Yeah, so you can go into the Owl Fund portion of our website, Select Women's Golf, and it's part of the direct gift to our program.
Awesome. Well, we always love having you on the show, and we want to get to the girls and give them some airtime. But let's get a couple of commercials out. But once again, a big hooty hoo for Miss Erin Thorne. Hooty hoo. Thanks, Coach. Thanks, Doc.
There's a lot of places to get your oil changed in the Kennesaw area, but if you're looking for a personal experience, then stop in at Castro Kennesaw Express Loop or Lost Mountain Express Loop. We'll always do our best to get you in and out quickly and safely without a whole lot of fuss. We're a true owner-operated business, and you'll find Brian under a car or hood at one of the shops. We offer experienced, knowledgeable technicians and the latest computer software to help you maintain your new car warranty and keep your pride and joy running for the next 100,000 miles. We proudly offer Castrol products.
I'd have helped you out with that Castrol product, but there was a creature crawling right behind Chuck's head. I decided I should let him know.
Creaster.
Let's see. Joshua Smith and his wife Tammy are both graduates of Kennesaw State College. He's been practicing law for 24 years, specializing in sports and entertainment law while continuing in criminal defense, civil litigation, juvenile, and personal injury law. And he's ready to represent you all the way from your small town to the Supreme Court and any appellate court in between. With all the new rules regarding NIL and cash payments to athletes, they are placing a new emphasis on Kennesaw State University student athletics to help our student athletes better navigate some of the bigger issues that have tripped up so many. Give them a call tomorrow at 706-217-2095.
Where can you reach them?
That's right, 706-217-2095.
And we thank you, Joshua and Brian, for being sponsors of the Owl Show here at Miller's Ale House every Wednesday night. Love being here. And we have another new guest, Miss Sabrina Kim. Everybody, big hooty hoo for Sabrina.
It's echoing through the rafters. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
We're good.
Tell us the Sabrina Kim story. Sabrina is from Brazil, is that?
Yes, I am.
So how did you find out about KSU golf all the way from the beaches of Rio de Janeiro?
Yeah.
So I actually went to high school in Florida. So I practiced in an academy there with.
Where at? Which one?
It's called Mathajon Golf Academy.
Okay.
It's a little small academy.
What part of Florida?
Port St. Lucie.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Down
You've
towards
heard of
West.
it?
Downtown Ports. Yeah, my ex-family used to be in Hollywood, so we'd
Oh.
drive down the turnpike and go through Port St. Lucie all the time.
Oh, that's cool.
And minor league baseball.
Minor League
all around
baseball, the
there.
New York Mets played there, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we worked out like next
I'm
to
not
the
just
stadium.
a pretty face. I'm not,
Yeah, what he said.
But yeah, so I played golf in Florida, and I've traveled around the states and came across Kennesaw.
so I got to ask you, did you ever play at Rolling Hills?
No, I haven't.
It's in Fort Lauderdale. It's where they filmed Caddyshack.
Oh,
I played there the day I got married.
that's cool.
Teed off at 6:30 in the morning, got married at 6 o'clock at night.
I haven't heard of it though.
Yeah, it was. I
There's a
guess
lot of
it's
golf
still
courses
there.
down
Yeah,
there.
Fort
Yeah.
Lauderdale. There's a lot of golf down there.
Yeah.
So, how old were you when you came to the States?
I was 13.
13, and already a golfer?
Yes, I wanted to pursue golf further, and
Sure.
the resources in Brazil aren't. Oh, there's not a lot.
So, where were you from in Brazil?
São Paulo.
Sao Paulo, the
Yeah.
biggest city.
Yes.
So, how many golf courses are in Sao Paulo? I don't believe very many. That's probably
Yeah.
probably where.
Yeah. So you have to basically drive an hour.
Why do you have to
least.
drive an hour from the biggest city? Because Sao Paulo is actually going to be, they say, the biggest city in the world, like in 30 more years or something like that. So I think they need to add a couple golf courses so you don't have to drive an
Yeah.
hour.
Well, we got her here now. She doesn't have to drive anywhere.
This is true.
Yeah. So, was there an LPGA golfer or somebody that inspired you when you were a kid and said, I want to play that sport? Or why did you fall in love with golf?
Well, obviously, everyone finds their favorite golfer when they get into golf, but I was just basic like Tiger Woods and
Yeah.
Lydia Ko.
Yeah.
Right, but-
Lydia Ko? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But when the golf course is an hour away, hey, Dad, I think I saw a golf on TV. I'd like to start playing that. Can you buy me some stuff and drive me an hour back and forth? I mean, that can't be an easy way to start a career,
Yeah.
which is why you ended up moving here.
So there was a small driving range right by my house, but it was only like 50 yards away, the net.
I could
And-
hit that one.
And that's where we practiced, and that's where I got my first lesson. And then I started going on from there.
Was it love at first, pure shot?
I don't remember.
How old were you?
I was 11
Okay.
when I first had my lesson.
Kind of relatively old, I would say, by a lot of people's
yeah,
standards.
I didn't start very early. Although I've been around golf all my life, kind of, since our
At that
parents.
course, an hour away?
No.
No, not
My
that.
parents are, since my parents are Korean and golf is pretty big in Korea, they've always had golf clubs, but they just never played.
What are those? We keep those for intruders. so
Alligators. You got to beat those alligators off. in
what
Florida.
made your golfing parents move to Sao Paulo?
So when I first started playing, I got into it because of my aunt and uncle. They took me to a golf course and they told me that I would, even though it was like really hot, I would not get off the range, and I just kept on like hitting balls, or trying to at least. And that's when like they slowly started pushing me a little into golf. But when I first started taking golf seriously, I was juggling like a lot of other side stuff, and I just liked golf the best. And then that's when I realized
Did you play other sports?
not really. I just for fun.
So what was the other stuff you were juggling? Boys?
No. Oh my gosh. I was 11.
Oh, yeah, that's
She
right.
was
you
not
were
at the
like-
Copacabana beach. She's not the girl from Ipanema.
Oh, I love that
No.
song.
I did flute lessons, piano lessons,
Yeah.
and
Do you still play?
no, I forgot a long time ago.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
So what are your hobbies when you're not playing golf?
Hobbies. I like doing my own nails. It's very girly stuff.
Well, we
They're
noticed
not
you were a
done right
girl
now,
right
but-
away. Yeah, we noticed you were a girl right away, so we knew it would be
Yeah.
girly stuff.
But I like trying new foods. I like sleeping.
Oh,
My
sleeping's a
off
good
time.
hobby.
A well slept foodie who takes personal hygiene to the next level.
You just say, yeah, that was good. Then I want to sleep till about
So-
noon tomorrow. Get up, play around.
So tell me this: I do see girls more and more. They've got those 3-inch nails on. There has never been a golfer who could possibly pull something like this off, right? Is this
No.
typically not the sport if you like nails?
Yeah, no. I would never. 3 inches. Is
But even
crazy.
if you had a bigger fingernail, I just saw what you had. You kind of look like me currently, which is not a lot to show. What would be the longest you would consider playing in? You like it like that,
It'd
right?
be
You
tough
would-
to play with long nails. Wouldn't it?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
I would think
I would go a little longer than this.
a little
but-
longer, but not much.
Yeah, because after it just catches on everything and catches, like when you're picking up the ball in the hole, it catches on the sides, get like the paint out of the cup.
I don't have to pick the ball up very much out of the hole. People like Chuck usually say, just pick the ball up. It's okay. You're done with this hole now.
Yeah, triple par is high enough. So you played all over the world, obviously. Where's your favorite course you've ever played?
Oh, favorite course.
That's the same thing I asked you.
Do you want to
Yeah.
go first?
No, I know mine. Go ahead.
A bougie South Floridian who went to special school, I'm sure, has quite the course.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
There's a lot. So
I'm sure.
I liked the It's called the LPGA course down in Daytona, I think.
Correct, St. Augustine area. Yep.
Yeah, I liked that one. And
Is that where the
The-
Dinah Shore is, or something like that?
I
Yeah.
I don't know. But
Coach
there's
Aaron says no.
That's what I looked at when I asked the question. My eyes just went straight over.
No dinosaur, anyways.
No.
Dinah's way offshore by now, yeah.
Is that a song?
No, it's a person.
Oh.
Dinah Shore.
But just for
used
the
to host
record,
a
she
good
used to
female
sing
golf
on her
tournament.
little show.
Yeah, she did, yeah.
there's another course. I forgot. It's something orange. The Orange Bowl. No.
Orange Bowl, that's in Miami, Florida.
Yeah, but it was in Orlando. It was like the Orange something.
Oh, Orange Trail, something.
Orange County?
Orange
Yeah,
Blossom.
Orange County. There was like 3 courses.
Yeah.
Really big. It has like hotels on the golf course.
So learning to golf an hour north of Sao Paulo, which is a pretty warm course, I'm guessing, and then living in South Florida and playing all these courses. What's it like coming up here where you actually have fall and winter and stuff like that? Is it different for you getting out there when the weather's not so typically warm?
Well, Florida was actually pretty similar to Brazil. Even like the winters were probably the same.
Right.
I would say Brazil is actually a little colder in the winter, just because when it gets cold, there's not much sun, and the sun's really what makes it hot.
Absolutely. But since you've come up to KSU and you've had to golf a little bit in October or November, what
Yeah.
are those moments like? Or do you get out there and think, holy moly, this is not the same sport I signed up for?
It's a struggle. It's so
I'm
cold.
sure. I'm
like,
sure.
like that tournament last year at
Oh, yeah.
at Pine Tree. I was out there. That was chilly.
That was rough.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, your favorite local course is obviously Dogwood, because Carrick's a good friend of all of ours. Yeah.
Even people off camera are nodding.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Carrick's a big supporter of the girls' golf, men's golf too, I think. So, it's really funny. We need Naya to cover your ears for a minute, because we don't want you to hear this next question. Adam, can you make sure her ears are covered so she can't hear?
She's got so much hair, but it looks like her ears are covered.
Okay, so we want to know all over the world, who's the most famous person in your cell phone?
On my cell phone? Probably, oh my gosh, probably nobody.
What's
Maybe-
nobody's last name?
Nobody, mom. Nobody.
Maybe,
You could get some really big points if you said Aaron Thorne.
oh, yeah, Aaron Thorne.
Oh, there you go. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
So not Tiger Woods. You don't have Tiger's name in here. Yeah.
No.
Do you watch a lot of LPGA golf now?
Yes. Well, it actually calms me down a lot. So,
How so? Watching them mess up make you feel like it's okay? Well, you know,
Anybody can do this.
I mean, yeah, sometimes if I watch them play, like if you watch the full round, you can see that they also make mistakes. So it's good.
I was a big Michelle Wee fan because she was born on the exact same day as my oldest son.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
I like her too.
she's now retired.
Yeah.
Yeah, my son is not.
27?
But yeah, 37 actually. Yeah,
Whoa.
yeah, yeah. 35, yeah. My other son's 27. I get the 7 and the 5
okay.
confused. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So that's cool. Well, we obviously want to get Naya on here, but we want you to see that little camera up there. We want you to look in that camera, and we want you to say why somebody should come play golf at KSU.
It's great. Everything's great.
Oh, that narrows it down.
Should we
Yeah.
make that check payable directly?
Just come. Everything's great.
Now we said that earlier, and we asked her, why did you choose KSU? Did they find you, or did you find them?
I think we found each other.
Just a beautiful relationship. We
It was
found
just
each
meant
other.
to be. But yeah, I chose KSU because of the location. Since I said I was from Florida, or not from Florida, I've lived in Florida, I wanted a different environment, and I could see myself living around Kennesaw. I just liked it.
Cool.
Well, you got to promise you'll come back, right?
Yeah.
Because like we
After
said, anytime you're on the show, good things are going to happen. So
Okay.
we expect you to get like $1 million for Christmas or something. You come back, let us know.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
All right, everybody, a big hooty hoo for Sabrina.
And I know I'm putting the cart before the horse on this one. But whenever you win a tournament, right as you're thinking, I need to thank my coach, I need to thank my mom, and I need to go back on the show.
There you go, exactly.
In that order.
All right.
Yep.
All right, so let's get Brain Train on, and we'll bring on Naya.
At Brain Train Centers, the fastest growing neurofeedback provider in the world, and I have some pretty important questions for you. Do you or someone you know struggle with focus and attention, sleep, memory, or other mood issues? Or maybe you just want to achieve more in high pressure situations. Well, what if I told you you can unlock your brain's full potential and change your life entirely through neurofeedback, a drug-free and natural approach to negative moods, and it's backed by more than 50 years of research, so it's not new. It is safe for both children and adults as you retrain the brain to create new pathways. Medication may help short-term, but they don't address the underlying issues. Just as push-ups help your physical strength, neurofeedback is personal training for your brain. With over 20 offices nationwide, don't hesitate to reach out to Brain Train Centers, as we will provide you with the highest level of compassionate care and help you achieve the mental clarity, performance, and calm you deserve. Your journey to a better quality of life starts with a brain map. Now you can retrain your brain and reset your life. So just call or text 470-291-2778 or visit braintraincentersinc.com.
For being sponsors of the Owl Show, we got another new guest, Miss Naya Kelly. About a big hooty hoo.
Hooty hoo!
See, now you guys don't know Will Renfro. Aaron might know. Do you know Will sitting up at the bar? Will is the super fan of KSU sports, and he never misses a show. If he can't be here, he watches. He's an amazing guy.
He takes his flag to all the football locations.
Takes his flag everywhere.
This
Doesn't
year-
miss football games at all, anywhere. So you all need to get to know my buddy Will. So Naya, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
No, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. You know what? The best thing I like about you so far is you love Christmas.
Yep.
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 Yep. So are you on Facebook?
Kind of. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to be friends so you can follow my Christmas
Okay.
music countdown.
All right,
All right.
perfect.
That'll be fun. All right. So favorite Christmas song? Do you have a favorite Christmas song?
I want a hippopotamus for Christmas.
Oh
Gotta be
my
top
gosh.
choice.
we talked about that earlier, right? With you, right? I want a hippopotamus for Christmas, wasn't it? Oh, that's a horrible song. We're going to play, before we get off the air, we're going to play Dominic the Christmas Donkey.
I might-
Adam,
It's a great
get
song.
That queued
I
up.
might
I
leave a couple
love
minutes
Dominic
early.
the Christmas
It
Donkey.
is the worst Christmas song.
I'm going to probably
in the
leave a
world.
couple minutes early today.
But tell us how you wound up at KSU.
Well,
Look closer to the mic, please.
okay. So, I'm from Canada, which is also where Coach is from. So she had a bit of a connection with people up there. She actually was headed to watch a different player, but I ended up being in that group, and from then on, I then learned who she was, and from there, we just kind of figured out how to get in contact, and everything kind of just went from there. Very smooth.
Did you look at any other schools?
No, actually, I didn't. This was my only one.
One and only.
Yep, the
Yeah.
one and only.
But you know how easy when you're thinking about going to school, and you're probably coming south of the border, right? Because not a lot of Canadian schools, you know, not a real big
No.
big draw, and then you meet somebody who speaks the language, and you're like, wow, here's a girl who I could be.
Yeah.
You know, and just kind of makes it all flow and
Yeah.
that much easier,
For
right?
sure, yeah. I mean, I knew she'd already kind of been there, done that, lived
Sure.
through it all, and coming from around the same area, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to kind of follow in her shoes and get all the experiences I can.
Yeah.
So, have you ever been to the Southeast United States before?
Yeah, I mean, we would go to...
Disney? You went
Disney
through a couple.
was like the every year trip as a family. I went as like a couple golf trips with my family, but mostly just Disney.
And how old were you when you first swung the club?
Oh, like 3 years old.
Right.
It's been right from when I'm walking.
Wow. And what attracted you to the game, do you know?
Whoever put the club in her hands when she was 3?
Which would be pretty much every member of my family.
Good for you.
Were they all golfers as well?
Yeah, my mom's actually a professional teaching.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so that's where I got into that. But also just my dad was right up there. He could have gone professional if he had tried. But yeah, it's the skills in the family, so I kind of just went from there.
There you go.
I had developed all of my own. I'm a 3 handicap.
Look at you
Yeah,
go.
woods, irons, and putters are all 3 my handicaps.
Yeah, his jokes only get
It
worse
wasn't.
if you laugh at it.
It wasn't that funny. Don't encourage him.
Sorry, my bad.
No, you
I
laugh
got you,
all
I
you
got
want
you,
to,
I got you.
sweetie. That's all right.
Now I got an interesting question to ask you.
Okay.
Coach said something to me that was really weird. I didn't understand it at first. And are both of them here? Oh, they'll both be coming together because there's only 2 sets of keys.
Yes.
And so you have one of the only 2 cars
I
for the golf team.
Yeah.
So this makes you pretty popular, right?
Yes, I am practically the mom of the team now.
And
I'm only
and
20.
You're the youngest, right? You're sophomore?
I'm junior.
Oh, you're
She's
junior.
Yes,
okay.
I'm the
Nice.
old-
Sabrina's a sophomore, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I am the mom. I'm the oldest on the team, year-wise, and yes, I am the mom.
Well, that speaks good for the team because we got another year of all these great golfers, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. Somebody must be doing one heck of a recruiting job.
If we could only
Hint, hint,
figure out
nudge,
who that
nudge.
was.
Yeah, if only we could figure out who that was. So, did you play any other sports growing up, or?
Yeah, actually, I was also a very competitive figure skater.
Oh, were you really?
Yeah, so I was juggling both for a while when I was young.
Figure skating and juggling—that's a tough combination.
Yeah,
It's hard enough to do an axle while you're just skating.
But
I mean,
while you're juggling, my God.
bowling pins or oranges?
All the
Chainsaws? Chainsaws?
Running chainsaws. It has to be running.
Oh,
or-
yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, they have plenty of those to cut down the trees in Canada.
Yeah.
Well, and you look like you could be a figure skater just because you're not very tall.
Yes.
And so, that's kind of one of those
Yeah.
forte.
Yes.
Dorothy Hamelish.
Hamlet.
I
yeah,
love
no,
Dorothy Hamill.
I fit the description perfectly for a figure skater in Canada.
So
Just-
why golf over figure skating?
Well, I decided to pick up figure skating pretty heavily and train hours on end every day. And I realized even being 14 and 15, it is still really hard on my body being young. And I figured, I'm going to end my career in my 20s, whereas golf is going to take me through a lifetime of experiences and journeys. And I figured, with it being in my family as well, I want to see where I can take it.
Figure skater, you were going to be 33 and not be able to walk through a airport checkout without
Yes.
Or without
setting
getting
up.
a tire iron to the knee.
Yeah, exactly.
And if you go with golf, you'd be hanging out with Sabrina, going to Brazil and South
You
Korea.
mean driving, driving
Exactly.
Sabrina
Come on,
everywhere.
let's meet up. It's our 50th reunion.
Yeah, I'll be out there. Can't
That's
walk
awesome.
anymore.
That's awesome.
That's so cool.
I tell my daughter the same thing all the time. Is at all the sports you can play, this is a pretty good
Yeah.
one.
So do you still skate recreationally?
Yeah, actually, I went the other day for the first time in months, but it comes back so naturally. It's like riding a bike, and it's.
I wish it would.
Yeah.
I actually went
Not
to
for this
Kennesaw
guy,
Junior
it's not.
College, and I took an ice skating class.
Oh, really?
At Kennesaw Junior College. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I could fly going forward, but I got to see the only PE I've ever got to see in my entire life because I couldn't skate backwards, and I don't know why, but I never could go backwards. But I could do the pirouettes and I could
Yep.
speed down the court.
Oh, yeah.
But I couldn't go backwards.
No,
to save
that's
my
actually
life.
that's a problem for a lot of people. It's a lot harder than you think.
Oh, well, thank you for saying that. 'cause
Yeah,
I don't
no,
feel as stupid.
you're not
as
the
I
only
think.
one, I promise.
Well, that's nice. Skating is a beautiful sport. I mean,
Yeah.
it's one of my favorite things to watch at the Olympics.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, when times get tense and you just need to check out and is that something you could do? I mean,
Yeah.
because it's almost therapeutic for you.
Yeah.
Like, let me just go out here and hang out for an hour and a half,
Yeah.
get a good workout, and
Yeah,
Feel refreshed?
It's almost now because I can't do it very much. It's the most leisurely thing ever. It takes all my stress away. It's good for the soul, honestly. I can just go skate around and
And
I
let
feel a
me
lot better.
ask you this: since how many times in the United States, in Georgia, have you skated?
That would be my second the other day.
Okay, so when you're in Canada, just about everybody's pretty darn
Outside.
good at it.
Yes.
Not
Yeah.
so much when you come here, huh?
No, yeah, it's a lot different.
Now, there used to be an ice skating place here in Kennesaw. Is it
Yeah.
still here?
Yeah, I think there's one
The
that's
Igloo,
like
is that
5
what it
minutes
was
away.
called?
It's called the Atlanta Ice Palace or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's
Huh.
really, really good.
Yeah. I'd like to go sometime, see if I could still skate forward. Yeah.
Forward at least.
Yeah, forward at least. Yeah.
At this point, we might as well try you backwards.
Might as well just push me as I skated backwards.
Yeah.
Get that C up to a B. That would be fantastic.
Call your teacher. Hey, this guy's
my teacher
improved.
was actually from Canada. Susan Natras. Have you ever heard of her? She was actually a silver medalist in skeet shooting, from Canada.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
And she was teaching skating.
And she was teaching ice skating. Yeah. Yeah. Long,
Well, she was
long,
teaching all sorts of
long,
classes.
long
He just
time
took
ago.
the skating class.
So, where's your favorite course you played, Naya?
I would have to say TBC Sawgrass.
How'd you do on
say
17?
Sawgrass.
Well, I was pretty young actually, so I got teed up at the very front tee deck and put driver in my hand, and I was about 20 feet from making it onto the green, but I was 7, 8, so
Oh, wow. 7, 8 years old.
I would love to play it again, but even at that age, that course stuck with me.
And
That's
having
the only time you played it.
I think, well, I would only play a couple holes, but I've seen the whole thing. My family, though, they used to go there for a tournament every couple years, so I just tagged along, and yeah, I remember every hole.
So now, not being a good golfer at all and having never been standing on the tee box at 17, had you made it 20 more feet, was the thing just going to skip right across the green? Because, hitting
I
a
mean-
driver, I don't know what kind of loft you had.
Yeah.
I just thinking my driver might one-hop that green if it was, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I mean, I had my little US Kids set, so I'd still get some loft on it. It was a nice little flexi club, so swung
Flexi
it-
clubs.
swung at my little speed, and yeah, 20 feet short.
I wanted to ask Sabrina this too. Would you enjoy playing the Ladies Amateur at Augusta National?
Oh my gosh, yeah, that would be probably my dream.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I was able to experience a little bit of competition at Augusta, but that would be next level. That would be
You weren't
insane.
in the punt, the chip and punt.
Yeah, the drive, chip, and punt.
You were in that?
Yes.
Oh, cool. How
I was
was
going to
that?
say, I have a little experience at Augusta.
Yeah.
Please do tell.
Yeah.
Yeah, so in
Did you do that
2014
too, Sabrina? No. Yeah.
Yeah, no, actually, my parents just one day took me in. They were like, we saw this competition. Like, are you interested? I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. I was young. I didn't really understand what it meant, but
Do your parents have deep Canadian accents?
Yeah, I
So
think
I'm wondering
they
if
do.
the person in Augusta even understood what they were saying. We're here with our daughter, and we'd like to go golfing in your
Y'all?
tournament.
Y'all.
You hoser? You
Y'all.
hoser?
We're blending, y'all.
Yeah, no.
And how old were you when you did that?
I was only 9, so
You've been doing this a while.
I've been doing it a while at the competitive level for a long time.
Have you ever been out there and got to walk around the course?
Yeah,
Did you
actually.
get to then?
Yep. So I was able to do a practice round walk with my family when I went, and then my brother also went when he was 9, 4 years later. So I was a little bit older, took it in. It meant a lot more, and I saw how beautiful it was.
What a
and
beautiful place to walk, isn't it? It's
Beautiful.
incredible.
Well, just
Yeah.
remember that in the spring, we're going to have a fundraiser that's going to be auctioning off a ticket and a ride. Adam's going to take somebody because he goes every year to the Masters because he has 4 tickets. So we're going to turn that
That's
into
one
a
of the things we like
fundraiser.
I
about
have
it.
one ticket.
You have yours, and
I
then,
have mine.
and then
Well,
we're
we
going
don't
to
care
we're
if you
auctioning
go.
off your dad's, and you're going to,
And then
Oh,
I'll
I'm-
just get a ride.
yeah.
I mean, if you want to go, like,
Hey,
There
hey,
you
we're
go.
going to
We're
make it a
already making
contest.
money.
So we'll make it a- All right, cool. Have you got a favorite course around here? I actually love, I don't know if you've played at Great Waters out at Lake Oconee. Have you played there in? It's a Nicholas course. Man, I love that course. It's one of my favorite places I've ever played. You ever played out there?
I have not.
Whew. Great course.
I'm so horrible, though. I mean, the nicest course I've ever played was a great course, but, watching me play the ocean
Butcher it,
course,
yeah.
Was not a thing of beauty, I can assure you. People on Kiowa are still talking about it.
Yeah, I saw that they had a sinkhole on the 18th at Pebble Beach yesterday. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
right in the
saw
middle of the
something about
fairway. That was pretty wild. Yeah,
That's what happens at the beach.
yeah, it does.
That's
did you
true, yeah.
did you see the Caitlin Clark video from this morning? She hit it. She was at the Annika's Pro-Am.
Yep.
She
LPGA
shanked
Pro-Am.
it off the tee
Into the crowd.
Into the crowd?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
But you know what?
That would be me.
She is a basketball player. So, shame on all of you who lined up right next to her. Check this out.
No, yeah. I mean, if I'm standing up there, I might have the nerves to do the exact same thing. I've felt that nervous before.
That's cool.
It's not an out of all the different sports they could ask other athletes to do, they only ask you to ever play golf, and it's probably the toughest. You could ask a baseball player to shoot a basketball way better than he could hit a golf ball.
Yeah.
So it's kind of entertaining how
Yeah.
we.
All right, Adam, are you ready to give us a snippet?
Of
Dominique.
I'll
the
play it
Christian.
after the show. Larry has told me that if I play it during the show, we'll get taken down.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's true. I forgot about that.
We'll
Yeah,
get
all
shut
right.
After-
down because you can't.
after
you
the
can't
show.
Play different
Yeah.
things.
After the show, I will play Dominic the Christmas
Can
dog.
you
The
guys stick around
man.
15 minutes?
Of course.
All right, cool.
Gotta
The
hear the song.
greatest Christmas
Yeah,
song
just
of
for
all
the
time.
record,
You
15
will love
minutes.
me even more.
Are we
when you
playing
hear
the
this
show 5
moronic
times?
Song. Huh?
You said if they can hang out for 15 minutes. I'm just wondering how long this song got in the last year.
Oh, no. But we're going to have Will on. I want him to stick around so we can get a
Anagata
picture with
DeVita
him.
meets the donkey.
Yeah. So real quick,
Yeah.
who's the most famous person in your cell phone?
I don't think I really have anyone. No, I don't really know of anyone that would be that famous. No.
Grandma, Grandpa.
Mom was a professional.
Aaron Thorne.
Dad could have beat Mike Weir in the back parking lot with a 4-iron, but no,
First
you don't know
lefty- First
anybody.
lefty to ever win the Masters, right?
There you go.
Mike Weir.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh God.
Is that our national
That was
anthem?
"Oh Come All Ye Faithful" or "Oh
No,
Canada"?
I was getting ready to bust out Canada.
Oh,
Oh,
Canada,
okay.
yeah.
I like that one. All right.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you there was either
Yeah,
a
it sounded
Christmas
like, "Oh,
song
Come
or
All
the
Ye
Canadian
Faithful,"
national anthem. Yeah.
Well, we'll talk Christmas song, everybody. How about a big hand and a hootie hoo for Miss Nia Kelly? Thanks, Winnie. We'll see you in a couple of minutes. Let's get our American Axes commercial out of the way.
Axes.
Axes. I'm going to axes you some more questions here in a minute.
Get out of town. Tired of going to the same old places for the same old thing? American Axes has your solution. Whether you're looking for something new to do before or after the game, the most memorable workouting ever, or just wanting to take something else off your bucket list, American Axes in their 3.5 Atlanta locations in Marietta, Tucker, downtown at the Works, and the uber cool new mobile axe experience that can be set up wherever you need. Keep an eye out for them at upcoming events and festivals and possibly some Falcons games. Look them up at American Axes or give them a call at 678-763 673-3635.
Hey, Robert, how can you reach them?
You can call them at 678-763-3635 to schedule your next adventure.
And thank you, Dan Fisher, for being the sponsor of the Owl Show. We have our good friend, Mr. Will Riffro, back with us. Will, how are you, buddy?
I'm doing good.
How was our trip to UTEP?
I really enjoyed El Paso.
And from what I read on your Facebook page, the food was better than what it was in Bowling Green.
Oh, it was fantastic.
I don't think there was ever a doubt in your mind on that, right?
Everything had green chilies in it, though.
Yeah,
really?
But, I mean, everything had great flavor. So, like, we went to a barbecue restaurant, and I could talk all day about how good the barbecue was, but I got, as a side, cream corn. Well, I've never had cream corn with green chilies in it, but it made it very good.
Green chilies hot?
No, not hot.
They're
Just flavorful.
a little spicy?
Yes.
All right, cool. So, double overtime, 43-35 loss.
Wow. I don't know how. If you watched the first half, you would not believe we made it to overtime.
Correct.
The offense had, I think, one first down the entire first half and about 30 or 40 yards total. And the defense saved us the first half with 2 goal line stands and kept the game within reach because it was 14-7 at half, and the 7 we got was from the kickoff return.
Yeah.
For a touchdown. Quay Ashley got a nice return right after they scored.
Number 2 this year, right?
Think so. But he took that kickoff right after they scored back for a touchdown. So.
Yeah, I was texting back and forth with Garrett because I kept losing sight of ESPN Plus. ESPN Plus. Their Gamecast is horrible.
Oh, well,
horrible.
Well, you should just go out to El Paso with me next time. You can see it live.
I'd love to. I thought that would have been a fun trip.
How was the Sun Bowl?
The Sun Bowl is beautiful. It is literally carved into mountains.
Correct.
So you got 2 mountains on each side, and they had to carve back the mountain to fit the bowl in there. But it has one major flaw, and I didn't know this flaw until I got there. If you park on the south side and you want to go to Will Call on the north side, there is no way to walk around the stadium.
Oh, because it's mountains.
It's mountains. I asked the guy, I said, how do I get to ticket gate 1 so I can get my tickets? He goes,
Get in your car.
Get in your car and drive 13 minutes around that mountain.
He said, I've never been asked that question.
So you did have to get back in your car and drive around the mountain?
Well, there was another security guard that was nice enough. We were there early enough. He says, I'll just walk you through the stadium and walk you out the other side, and you can go get your tickets. He was very nice. The hospitality in El Paso was phenomenal, no matter where we went.
Those Texans are known for it.
It was, El Paso is right there next to Juarez. I say next to Juarez. It's
on top of it.
Yeah, they're
just a little river.
They're one big city that's really 2 cities.
Correct.
And the Sun Bowl, by the way, if you're in the stadium, it's a U, and when you're looking out the end zone that's open, that's Juarez.
It's pointed south.
It's pointed south. So yeah, you see it. You don't see anything but Juarez across the river.
It's funny you say that because Tech has been predicted that they may be playing Southern Cal in the Sun Bowl, and they played them there about 10 years ago and beat the slop out of them.
Well, they did, but about 15 or 20 years ago, they played. I don't remember who they played, but they lost. Because Liam Klein, I was talking to Liam after the game at the Sun Bowl. Yeah. Liam says, I think this place is cursed because every time he's been, he loses.
Oh, yeah, that's funny. Yeah.
And he was the coach at Tech with Bohannon.
Yeah, and I don't know if I told you or not, but the other game that they're projecting Tech for is the Fenway Bowl playing Tulane. Oh, that would be fun.
What is the Fenway Bowl?
It's
Fenway
a bowl
Park.
game played at Fenway.
Wow. When did this happen?
About 4 or 5 years ago.
Okay.
They did the Pinstripe Bowl at Yankees
New York.
Right. Okay. I'm familiar with that one.
Yeah, it's same premise. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So, tough loss. I know you want to say something about Coach Bo and how much you appreciate him.
Well, he has so far has been our only coach up until this point, and as we all know, he was relieved of his duties after the game. And or Sunday morning, and it is what it is. At some point, we knew if the record kept going as it was going to be released, but we didn't know when.
Yeah.
So we all hoped that it was going to turn around, and it wasn't going to happen. I mean, we wanted him to be here 30 years.
Sure.
But when you look back at how many coaches have actually done that, and built a program and sustained a program, I mean, Mike Gundy just lost the game, and he's got a streak of 18 years of a winning streak, and if he doesn't win out and win a bowl, that goes away, and that's one of the very few coaches. And you look at that list of coaches that have done that have had winning seasons year after year after year. it's an elite list. It's hard to do.
And Mike Gundy's played for 47 different schools during that streak. So, you know.
But he's a man.
He's a
But
man.
but very few people do like who was the guy at Florida State that was there?
Bobby Bowden.
Bowden that was there forever.
Paterno, all those types of
Paterno,
guys.
yeah, those are very few and far between. And what's his name in Alabama? Bear Bryant was the same way.
Saban was too.
Saban and
Yeah.
Bryant.
Well, Saban was there 14, 16 years.
Something
He
like
was there
that,
from
yeah.
2007 to 2023.
One of you girls do that math for him.
So it'd be 16 going
yeah.
on 17.
And that's a long tenure, and so we all wanted that for Bo, and but it just wasn't meant to be.
And we thank Bo so much for everything he did for this
Absolutely.
program. That starting a football program off from scratch is one of the most difficult things that a person can do.
And all of the names that were just mentioned, in comparison, as successful as all of those coaches were, none of them ever started a program.
Nope.
Well,
Not
Coach
one,
Coach
so-
Bo still has the record of being the winningest program from scratch. I don't know how you say that, but
Absolutely,
yeah, he still
Absolutely.
holds that record.
All right. Well, we got some games to pick. Let's get into them. Again, love you, Coach Bo, and wish you well.
Oh, and just for the record, because I can say this because I have a microphone. Now that we're at FBS, I know the score of the game at halftime. We used to have to wonder, hey, it's an FC. We're an FCS school. I don't know the score. Can you text somebody? Can you text? I can just open the app. We're up 51-29 right now.
All right. At halftime. Go Owls.
Go Owls.
All right. Liberty, who is having a tough
Plummeting.
stretch.
Plummeting.
Once we beat them, they have hit the skids. And they're laying 14 at Massachusetts. And I think they're called the Minutemen because that's about how long they play, for a minute. And then and then the rest of the time it's the other team. So,
Yeah, they only got 2 wins. There's a reason why they're not favored in this
Yeah.
one, that's for sure.
so I'm going to take the Flames.
What says you?
Oh, I think I'm still going to go with Liberty. They've got to turn this around at some point.
You know, I'm going to take UMass. Give me all those points. You know, UMass, they played Mississippi State last week, and you know who they played in 2 weeks?
Who was that?
Georgia.
Oh, that's right.
So, you know, if ever there's a game they might win on their schedule, it's this one. Give me those points.
That game against Georgia will be a big mess.
It'll be for the Natty.
Yeah. Adam, how about you?
Well, this is a UMass team. They played Missouri at home, which was it was weird, the fact that Missouri traveled to UMass. They played Mississippi State last week. Tough game against Mississippi State. Liberty bounced back last week. They beat MTSU by 20, I believe. I think it was 37-17.
On the road.
Kadon Salter looked much better last week. I watched a big portion of that game. So I'm going to take the Flames.
All right, three flames and a
Whatever.
and a UMass.
And
Yeah.
whatever UMass
All right.
is.
Another Bulldog game. Louisiana Tech plus 14 at the Big Blob. You made a trip to the Big Blob this year. Did they
Yeah, but
impress you enough?
Flow Ride is not opening for this one. But
Flow Ride.
Hey, just because you went to Nowhereville in Kentucky and Flo Rida was doing concerts, I mean, it's almost like people just show up when they think you're showing up.
it's weird that I would say Flow Rider was better than the barbecue, but but it was.
I'm just saying, that says a lot about the barbecue.
Yeah.
I will take the Big Blob.
Oh, they're on a roll this year. Western Kentucky's doing very well. I'm going to go with Western Kentucky.
Yeah, I took the 14 points in the last game. I'll give them in this one. I'll take the Blobs with you.
Western Kentucky is 7-2 this year, led by Veltkamp, their starting quarterback. He's a pretty good runner, if I remember right. I've only watched a couple Western Kentucky games this year. Louisiana Tech has not looked good in the few games that I watched. I think I watched them play FIU a couple weeks ago. That was a terrible game. Their offense looks disgusting. I'm taking Western Kentucky.
Disgusting, even.
Everybody's on the
Disgusting.
Big Blob. All right. Florida International minus 14 at Jacksonville State. Is that right?
Jacksonville State is favored by 14 at home. They're 6-3, and
That's right. It should be a plus 14.
Larry wrote that wrong.
Correct.
Okay, I was wondering how Florida International was
Yeah,
FIU
favored.
is 3-6 and not favored by 14 on the road in this game. I'll take those. What do we call it? What do we call the bowling team again?
Chickens?
Gutter Girls.
The Gutter Girls. I'll take the school where the Gutter Girls come from.
All right. Robert takes the Gutter Girls.
I'm taking the boyfriends of the Gutter Girls.
Okay.
Oh, wow. The guys who like the Gutter. Are we going to match on everything? Because I'm going to have to go with Jacksonville State as well.
It's not hard to match on everything when it's 6-3 versus 3-6, and this next
And
game,
when the
this
point
next one's
spreads
gonna
are
get ugly.
14,
7-2
14,
versus
and
2-7.
39. All right, Adam.
FIU
who's
has
the
a
popcorn vendor there.
FIU has a terrible offense, but their stadium is named after Pitbull, so that's pretty funny. I knew a girl once that worked for the Jacksonville State football team. I didn't like her.
You called her Pitbull.
I was supposed to say, I know a girl named Pitbull.
So for those reasons, I'm going to go with FIU, even though they'll probably lose this game.
All right, he's the lone wolf on that one. New Mexico State 39 at Texas A&M. Big game for A&M. They got to win by as much as they can against anybody they can.
No kidding.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Aggies.
Although that spread is close to what I predicted the Kennesaw Liberty game, even though we ended up winning
Even though
that
we
game.
wound up winning, yeah.
Yeah, with this spread, the implied score with this spread is 47 to 7.5.
Yeah.
Based on the over-under.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
I'm going to have to go with the Mexico State because at some point Texas
a lot of
A&M.
points.
Yeah, that's a lot of points. I'm going to go with Texas or New Mexico State.
The Agbos.
Agbos.
All
By
right.
the way, I went to New Mexico. My wife did not.
I saw that picture.
My wife did not go for the let's leave the game and try drive to Las Cruces and see the ending of
The second half?
the New Mexico State game.
Oh,
She
wow.
didn't go for that.
Yeah, okay.
But she still drove your butt to the border and took a picture of you with the flag.
Well, we were trying.
Unless that was a stranger.
No, we're trying to get to all 50 states, and so it counts when you just go just across the border.
Absolutely, it counts. Adam, how about you?
Marcel Reed and this Texas A&M offense looked really, really good a couple weeks ago.
Popcorn vendor or quarterback?
A quarterback.
Okay.
Marcel Reed is the starting quarterback. He's great on the read option plays. New Mexico State's only wins this season are Southeast Missouri and Louisiana Tech. Southeast Missouri is not good, and neither is Louisiana Tech. And this is at home for Texas A&M. They've got the 12th man behind them. Give me Texas A&M.
Yeah, he's making fun of directional schools like, it's, Northeast West University. But only one of their wins was against Northeast West
Is
University.
Southeast Missouri State.
Northwest, southeast.
We just call 'em
Missouri,
SEMO.
Iowa
I do
State.
like directional
Yeah,
schools.
SEMO.
I'm going A&M just because this game does mean a lot to them, but that is a lot of points.
It is a lot of
It's
points.
probably going to be a shutout. I'm guessing 47-0 or something.
And all right, we've got our home game. Sam Houston laying 14 at KSU. It's going to be a chilly day on Saturday.
It is going to be a chilly
in
day.
more ways than one. Tell us about it, Will.
We have a chili cook-off in the parking lot at the Black Lot, so stop by for some chili. We've got at least 6 or 7 different varieties going on, and we've got some prizes for the best chili. And we will have a vegetarian chili. Now, I'm not going to tell you which one it is because, surprisingly, the lady that cooks the vegetarian food makes very good food.
That's Jody Hart, right?
Jody does a very good job.
Yeah, I love you, Jody, but I'm not eating any vegetarian chili. If
Well,
I
that's
was
it,
man, I'm telling you.
put meat,
You should
beans.
you
But if
should
you're not
trick Chuck
But
into
if you're not
eating
getting a
vegetarian
roadmap,
chili.
they're saying you won't know the difference.
You might not know.
If you can't,
Trick Chuck into eating vegetarian chili.
I'll eat it, but I won't enjoy it.
Oh my goodness, what she makes is very good.
All right. So obviously, I'm going KSU plus the points.
Well, this is Chandler Burke's coaching debut, head coaching debut.
Youngest coach in FBS football.
Absolutely, he's like 28 years old.
saw a picture of him with you out on the field. Not
Absolutely, I posted that the other day. A picture of when he was still playing.
correct.
Yeah, I'm excited for this. I don't know what's going to happen. We also, another thing that's going on is we're doing our Hall of Fame induction at I think at halftime, and Chandler Burks is actually being inducted into the Kennesaw Hall of Fame on his coaching debut. Kind of interesting. But that being said, Sam Houston, ugliest stadium in all of FBS. I'm still going, so I have to say that every week. Kennesaw State's going to take this one.
All right. I like that call. Adam?
I'm going to be on the radio calling the game. I am.
Oh, you're going to abstain?
I'm going to pull a Kirk Herbstreit, and I will abstain from picking the winner of this game.
You know, I kind of like that because now we don't have to listen to who the popcorn vendor was.
I mean, I
and the
could tell you
quarterbacks
about
and the
I could
trainers
tell you
and
about
all
Sam Houston State if you want to know about Sam Houston.
Hey, but
State.
I'd rather
because there's
not.
a popcorn vendor in Section 213. Who's
There is.
There
is.
He's the talk of the town.
Best friends with the popcorn vendor in Section 213.
Orville Redenbacher. That's who it is.
I
the
will tell you
popcorn
that
vendor.
Mr. Williams, the athletic director at Sam Houston, is a very nice gentleman and runs a great program. He still has an ugly stadium, but he's a great guy.
Well, he's not a builder, right?
No, but he
Stadium's
did supply us with food while we were in the suite at the game over there a couple years ago. So
That's cool.
I have to say he's fairly nice.
Rooting for that rookie head coach, man.
Absolutely.
There you go. I'm going to put Adam down for Sam Houston since he won't pick.
No, I'm not. I'm not allowed
You-
to pick because I'm supposed to be impartial.
You're not allowed to pick because you want to say, I'm just like Kirk Herbstreit.
No,
That's
I'm not
why you
allowed to
won't.
pick because I'm
Hey.
calling the
Wait,
game on the radio.
Who said you're not allowed to pick?
Kirk Herbstreit doesn't pick the games he
Kirk
calls.
Herbstreit call you and say you can't call this game?
Yes.
Yeah, all right.
I am
I
best
just
friends with
have
Kirk
one thing.
Herbstreit.
I think we're all going to be right, but there's no way he gets street cred for that. So can you put Fresno State for him?
I will.
Fresno State. There you go. I will say this.
You
I don't know
got
if I've.
Fresno in that game, so it's not looking good. Since they're
I'm
not
trying to
here.
be impartial.
I have
Good.
to. I have to
I
ask
just
a
don't want
question
you
here.
Backing into a win.
I'm trying to find the picture because I don't know if you guys know about this. Several years ago, when after Chandler graduated, he was a graduate assistant at Wofford.
Yep.
And that was the season,
Terriers?
the Terriers, and that was the season that we played Wofford in the playoffs.
And they beat us, right?
No, we beat them. that was the season that
Oh,
Bryson.
that was the first round of the playoffs.
It was the first round when Bryson got the football. That's the football that Bryson gave me on the show was from
Right.
that game. Well, I actually wore a shirt to that game. It said Chandler. It had Burks' name and his number, and I wore a red wig because Chandler's got this bright
Right.
red hair. And everybody thought I was crazy because I was just trying to harass Chandler, who was on the other sideline. And everybody kept texting his mother, "You've got to come see Will. He's dressed like your son."
Oh, that's funny.
And so I don't know should I wear the red wig to this game since he's his coaching debut.
I would love to see that. That would be nice.
Yeah.
I can't wait to hear what all the people in the black lot think when you show up with red hair.
Well, you're used to me
They're
being
They're used
silly.
to that, yeah. All right, guys. Well, we've had another fabulous show. We want to thank Will, as always, for coming on and making picks with us and giving us his recap of the road trip. Nia Kelly, Sabrina Kim, Aaron Thorne, thank you for making this show extra special tonight. And we look forward to being back again next week right here at Miller's Ale House for another Big Al show. Can I get one more? Hootie hoo. Hootie hoo.